Welcome back, everybody. I am Chris 70 with 70 Mortgage Note Investments. 70 Mortgage Note Investments is a SEC qualified Regulation A plus offering, raising $75 million to invest in mortgage notes. So today I wanted to talk about how to vet a syndication or fund sponsor. As one myself, as well as an investor in funds and syndications, we've been able to see both sides of the coin. So we wanted to share our experience and knowledge with you as you potentially maybe get ready to invest in whether it's your first or your 50th passive investment opportunity. So we've written 20 questions to ask, which we'll also highlight in the show notes, so a link for that. But I wanted to talk about really, what you need to do, because far too often, people do not do the due diligence up front on a sponsor. And I like to equate this to many people who invest passively may at one point in time own a rental property. And when you own a rental property, look at the background check and everything you do for that tenant who's going to be paying you maybe $1,000 or $1,500 a month. Now you're looking at investing maybe six figures into a fund. What type of investment strategy are you looking at to do due diligence on that investor? So I want to talk about top 5 strategies that you should implement when you're seeking out to invest in a sponsor. First and foremost, you want to know who you're dealing with. Who is the company? Who is the individual? Have you met them? Have you talked to them? We have a podcast. We're online a lot. I do a lot of Zooms with people. If people want to connect with me, I will make myself available to meet with them. So you get to first see that person is a real human being, but you also really want to understand more about them. Run a background check on them. Check their LinkedIn profile to make sure kind of their experience matches what they say it is. Do a Google search. Check public records to see if they've been arrested, speeding tickets. Check social media. Are they extremists in some way, whether it's politically or in some other type of viewpoint? You really want to get to know the type of person that you're investing with and how are they going to manage and handle your money. So you do that. You do a little background check on them. You find out, okay, this is kind of somebody, I'll call it a, normal person. Then you really want to check into their experience. And checking in their experience is, okay, what experience do they have in this asset class? As well as, get some, talk to them about their overall strategy. What is their due diligence on the process? Are they professional? Who is their team? Who are the type of people that they work with? All of this is extremely important that you want to understand when you're talking to a sponsor. Because once you understand that, then you're going to roll on the next one, which is understanding their investment strategy. Again, we invest in mortgage notes. Okay, there's different types of strategies in mortgage notes. There's a type of notes where you can buy non-performing notes, drop the hammer, go in for close, throw the people out of house and turn it into a rental. Okay, people do that. That's not our strategy. Our strategy is we buy a distressed loan. We try and work with the borrower to keep them in their property, which primarily we're mostly successful, and get them on a repayment plan and then exit by selling the loan down the road. Now, that's important to understand the differences because I think ours is less risk, because if we can't work out an agreement, we can always go down that other path. But by keeping somebody in their property, I can show you the numbers all day long. It is more profitable to keep somebody in their home than it is to throw somebody out of their home. I don't care what people tell you. I've done over 500 deals, and it's always been better returns by keeping somebody in their home. So another part of their investment strategy is understand the fee structure, and what I mean by that is how are they getting paid, and are they getting paid? Are they taking too much? Are they not taking enough? And there's pros and cons to everything. If they're not taking enough and it starts to go bad, they're gonna be like, screw this, I got nothing in this deal. Whereas if they're front loaded it and taking too much, then it could impact the investors and they're taking all the money where you might not be getting much of a return. So you need to balance both of that. You also want to know, do they have the skin in the game? And what I mean by skin in the game is how much money do they have invested in the deal? If somebody's raising $75 million like ourselves, Now, how much money does Chris 70 have in that deal? Chris should have some significant funds in that deal and not just have nothing in that deal, which, yes, we do have significant monies in the deal. The fourth, and this is probably the most important, this is the one that is the most visual in the sense of can give you a thumbs up or thumbs down right off the bat. And that is, you ask them what is their financial reporting process and to give you a sample of their last reporting back to their investors. This, with 100% without a doubt, is the simplest way to, I'll say, peel back and anybody who's not legit, get them out, because I've seen a lot of deals go bad in the past, and a lot of those deals have gone bad, and the sponsors never communicated, never provided any types of financial reports. They weren't providing anything to the investors. So you ask, hey, send me a sample financial report that you send me that might include my investment, what's my dividends, what have I gotten back, what's the reporting, do you provide anything with the number of assets or what's going on with the asset, what type of reporting do you have to provide? For us, ours is an SEC qualified offering, so ours is all public. We actually submit biannual reports to the SEC as well as financially audited statements, which again, ask if statements are audited because that is important. But again, this one is the clearest way to weed out anybody right off the bat. If they can't provide it to you, then it's an absolute no-go. Don't even consider it. Last but not least, referrals. Get referrals. Not only from investors, but vendors. We're in the real estate business. So if we deal with property managers, we deal with attorneys, we're in mortgage loans, so we deal with servicers. So we deal with others in the space. Try and get an idea for the reputation of the company, not only from investors, but from also the people that they work with. So I think that is very important as well, to really get an understanding of the type of company. If we say we're a type of company where we like to work with borrowers and keep them in their homes, and you hear from an attorney who says, oh my God, they're the most cutthroat company, they just, go in, plow, they pay their bills, but they just, they're very systematic and just, go in, foreclose and get out. That's like, okay, are they just using that for PR, or, what's going on here? So hope you enjoyed this. Final thoughts, again, if you're investing in any type of fund or syndication, there's always due diligence tasks to go through. We specifically wanted to talk today just about vetting the sponsor, because there are significant risks if you get it wrong. And take the time to review, analyze, have the conversations. I'll be honest, the first time you're investing, you're probably always going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's part of investing. You're taking on a risk. But the more knowledge you can have about the investor, the more communication that they can provide, typically the more comfortable you can get with them. So hope you found this useful, and hope you also can go out and find a seasoned, ethical, and experienced sponsor to invest with your investments. So thank you and have a good day.